This week,
Roy did it this week.
The Walking Dead finale,
A bunch of trailers.
Ghost in the Shell review. This is
Modern Retro.
He's much better.
He's much better.
Much.
Oh,
much. It's much better.
Now it's mooch.
It's much better.
Mooch or mooch?
Carai.
Moosh.
Welcome to Modern Retro.
Hello, it's much better now.
Welcome to Muda Retro.
I went from Portuguese, but it's much better, carai, to like Russian. Hello, it's okay. It's much better now.
Yeah, in Mother Russia. Podcasts you?
He's much better that way.
Yes.
Ja.
Das Vidanya, comrades.
It's podcast stream you.
Welcome to episode 27. The gang's all here. Sup, guys? I am your host, Cuba. How you doing? I'm joined across the interwebs by the Yeti and the living cave, Aaron. And across the table from me, the Roy.
I'm the invisible Roy because they can't see me.
Come over here, Roy. Come over here. Let the people get a gander at you.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, come on.
If I do, I'm gonna pull out my dick.
Well, that's fine. I'll just edit it.
Nah, come on, man. See what's up now. It can't be YouTube friendly.
Yeah, I know. We'll get pulled off of YouTube. We're only like 2.5 episodes in.
So you can edit
YouTube Red.
So you gotta censor it. Just put it like a giant black rectangle.
Wait, you can have dicks on YouTube Red?
I don't know. I was referring to Roy's Red Rocket there.
So
what's
Get that looked at.
So, anyways, I can't speak for Aaron over there because besides turning his lights off, not much has changed on that end. But on this end,
we have a curtain.
Wait, you can just... He turned his lights off. Look how fucking mood... Look at this mood. This is some good shit right here. I got the TV and I got it on natural settings, so now I have a natural glow about me. I mean, I had it on dynamic, but it was blowing out my whites like crazy.
Aaron, blowing out the whites.
We had a natural glow. A natural glow.
That's the name of this episode. Blowing out the whites. You're welcome.
On this end, though, we are far more. It's far more comfortable too. I did a little rearranging. We no longer have the Armenian kitchen wall. I mean, we do. It's just off camera now. I have two light sources with soft lights. So now I don't have these crazy harsh shadows. I just look pale as fuck. Like I look dead in this light.
You're not very dark, anyways.
Well, it's wintertime, you know. I need give me some sun, and I'm doing good.
You look like a White Walker in the video.
I do. Like my eyes aren't blue, but other than that, we got. But the light is good. It's bouncing off the Armenian kitchen. We got the curtain here, which is it's a shower curtain. But you know what? It looks good. Doesn't block the beer fridge.
There we go.
I like it. Doing good.
Hey, we're on a shoestring. We're on a budget.
We'll drink to that.
We're on a budget.
Budget of $10. Already blew it.
Yeah, you actually pretty much $6 for that. $5. Oh, all right, we're past $10 because the light bulbs were $5.
We're in the
red. The light bulbs are $5, and then the hooks that are hanging the thing behind me. Those are 97 cents a piece, and I bought 3 of them.
Shelling out the big bucks.
This week we are actually breaking this up into 2 episodes. This is episode 27. We're gonna kind of do a short and concise episode, and then we're gonna do an episode 28 in the same damn night, because Aaron and I are going to be going to Star Wars Celebration. This episode is going to air the day before we leave. So like we had said last week, keep an eye on our Facebook, our Twitter. There's a giant cat. Keep a lookout on the Facebook, Twitter, and we now have an Instagram, which I will start filling up for the podcast. We are going to have some fun stuff at Celebration, and you are going to be the first. If you're a fan of this show, you're going to be the first to hear about shit. Whatever we get to hear first, you will get to hear first. I guarantee. We got some trailers that came out that we need to talk about. Let's see, Justice League trailer.
Yes. What'd you think of it?
Roy, you just watched it again for the first time because you forgot.
I'm so torn. I want it to be good.
He saw it the first time and just forgot completely about it.
Yep.
You know, to be honest, I forgot about it too. Like after watching, I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah," but it doesn't.
You know what reminded
stick in my mind.
But what reminded me of it was how shitty
Cyborg. Yeah. That's the part where you went, "Oh yeah, we watched this at Aaron's house." It's like, yeah.
I was literally.
Yeah, and then you see Cyborg and you go, ooh.
That's pretty much what I do. And we saw it. You know, is that I don't know. It's like that a sharp smell of shit that just kind of reminded you of when you've been someplace. You know. How you never really forget the smell of the monkey house at the zoo?
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of like that.
The flamingos. I'll never forget the smell of the flamingos at the zoo. Holy shit. You think the monkeys smell bad? You walk by the flamingo pen on like a summer afternoon.
How the fuck do they keep the flamingos in there? They clip the wings? They have to.
I guess.
The pinion feathers?
Probably.
Yeah, I was going to say, otherwise they just get up and fly away.
Yeah. Instead, they just sit there and they wallow in their own filth.
Do you know why flamingos are pink? Flamingos
they
are
like tropical drinks.
They're actually pretty much white, except the algae and little crustaceans they eat have a sharp pink pigment in them, and it carries throughout their feathers and skin and whatnot.
Oh, I thought they were sponsored by the Starburst Corporation.
This has been your science episode. Back to Justice League. That's how not memorable the Justice League trailer is to Roy, is that
I'd rather
he
talk
thinks
about
about the monkey pen and flamingos.
Facts about flamingos instead. It's more interesting than the actual trailer.
The best part of that was Wonder Woman, who I'm excited for her movie.
Wonder Woman's looking like the best thing out of this whole thing.
I was excited for her movie till I found out that Zack Snyder just interfered in it way too much.
Oh, no.
So now I'm like, well, that had potential.
Well, the
Why? What did
trailers
he
for that
do?
looked good.
He's executive producer on like every DC movie, so he just was being a pain in the ass, being Zack Snyder.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure he went in and objectified her more than necessary. Not that any objectification is necessary, but you know what I mean. So I don't know. Like we'll see. We'll see when it comes out. I am excited for Wonder Woman, but after seeing the Justice League trailer, I'm actually excited for the Aquaman movie.
Yep.
Because Jason Momoa, is that how you say his name? I think.
Yep.
Yeah, Jason Momoa. He had fun. You can tell he had fun. I follow him on Instagram. That dude just loves life. Like all of his posts, like everything is just how much he fucking loves life. All the red carpet things for Justice League and Batman and all that. He's the only one that looks like he's having fun. The guy who plays Superman looks miserable all the time.
And it carries through in the actual acting.
Yeah. And Affleck, he was excited when he was first cast, and you can see it when he was first cast. He's like, I'm Batman. This is awesome. And now he's just like, I want to quit.
Where's the door?
It's just he's just not having fun. Cyborg, looked like shit. You know, I feel, come on, you couldn't get some tinfoil and do somewhat of a practical effect with Cyborg,
so
like enhanced with CG. It's just no.
Something, man.
It just that looked like crap. Batman's using too many guns. Like the Batmobile is nothing but one giant machine gun.
Which is funny because the Tumbler was a tank, and
but it didn't have any guns on it.
Right, we didn't have any problem with that.
Right,
but
well, I mean, because Batman's guiding principle is I don't use guns.
Right.
You know, and I know he's broken that rule a few times in the comics here and there, but for the most part, the standing Batman rule is that he does not use guns.
And in the continuity that we all know and love, the animated series, when he finally has to, because of his, he's old.
He
and
retires.
Yeah, he retires. And, later on passes the
Never
mantle.
again.
Exactly. It was perfect. I don't know why they have him shooting guns.
Well, because again, Zack Snyderverse. This is the guy who said that in his Batman movie, Batman can get raped in prison. You remember that quote?
Every time I hear it, I groan. I can't control it. It's just an inaudible.
Alfred, pick up the soap for me. No.
Bruce, you don't have your butler in jail. No. But I don't know. It's It does not excite me at all.
It's like he watched Kick-Ass and saw how cool Big Daddy was, and it was like that's Batman. That's Batman right there. Because Big Daddy was cool. He was basically
he was Batman with guns. He's Batman meets the Punisher.
right.
Yeah,
and it totally worked, especially knowing that it was kooky Nick Cage doing it. But
he died like he got set on fire, didn't he?
yeah, he got
It's
fucking
like
emoliated. It was perfect.
Yeah.
But Batman and guns, that's what makes him so cool.
So I don't know. What else? What else is in this movie? Flash. I mean, the Flash is
cool too.
The effect looked cool, but the guy who's playing Flash looks weird. Now I don't know if he looks weird because he's just a weird looking guy, or that they just got a much more handsome guy to play him on TV. So like, even though I don't like the Flash on the WB or CW, whatever the hell it is, like that's the Flash I associate with live action. So seeing this guy, I'm like, you're not the Flash.
Yeah, I don't like. I like the costume in this trailer better than I like the costume in the TV show.
I don't.
I don't like the TV show. I don't like it when the heads always look so like they look like a bobblehead. I can't stand that. It's the reason why I hated. I think it started with The Dark Knight. The Nolan verse.
Oh yeah.
How he could turn his neck. Batman always has to turn, and you could do this motion for the camera. They just
like the Keaton Batman.
Exactly.
It's like, look to your right, Batman.
I don't know, but like when he turns,
he was like an action figure with like 2 points of articulation.
But when he turns and moves and like swoops his head to walk away, I'm like, that is cool. I just love that. I love the movement.
But it's so not practical. I love how they actually addressed that though in the Nolan verse Batman.
But but when you get to the Dark Knight, like his neck looks so thin.
Right, his head does look gigantic.
They should have thinned it. It wasn't his head that looked huge; it was his neck that looked very thin. Like if Bane really wanted to hurt him, he wouldn't have picked him up and smashed his. He just would have grabbed him by the neck and just squeezed. He just would have popped his.
The thing
head
is,
off.
too, is like the WB and the DCU want to be like Marvel so much, and they have the perfect opportunity where they can integrate their TV shows into their like full big movies, and they are too stupid or short-sighted to do it, and it's really aggravating because you could make your movies great if you did that, or at least added some level of integration.
Not
Like
with
Marvel
Zack
does.
Snyder involved in it. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I'll see it. To be honest, I don't have any interest.
You still haven't seen Deadpool. Of course, you're not going to see this. Fuck you.
I want to see Deadpool. I just haven't gotten around to seeing Deadpool. I haven't seen Batman vs Superman.
I haven't seen it either. So
I don't feel bad.
Yeah.
I didn't. I couldn't sit through all of the Man of Steel. I watched the beginning. I said, "Fuck this." Then I came back to it months later, and it was at the very end, like the destruction scene. And I said, fuck this.
I'm trying to remember what happened with me during that movie. I think
Didn't you go take like a hour-long shit?
Yeah, but I think I was wicked high, so that like 45-minute shit really felt like 5 minutes. Like in my head, I was hurrying up. But I was really just staring at the tiles on the floor, like wondering the mysteries of the universe.
Gotta go. Yeah, I didn't miss anything. You didn't actually.
No, that's the thing is everybody said Bobby and Pat like, oh man, you missed so much of the movie. That's why you think it sucked. No, fucking movie blew. Watch it again. It's not a good movie, objectively. Not a good film.
Yeah, so I don't know if I will. I'll wait and hear the reviews for Justice League. And
you heard it here first. I'm going to be the first to review Justice League when it comes out.
You go ahead. You tell me. If I should go waste my money, because you apparently have no problem going and seeing bad movies. I'm very, very frugal when it comes to a movie theater experience. I only go if it's something that needs to be seen on the big screen. Like if you're not going to have that.
Well, that's just it. I want
to
to see these movies because they are meant for the big screen. They're giant fucking just set pieces.
Yeah, but if it's a giant piece of crap, no amount of big screenness is going to make it any better.
Well, no, I don't expect gold out of it. I just expect to be in a giant explosion on the screen.
Nah, my TV's big enough for, it can't be. My criteria is not like, oh, big explosion, got to see on the big screen. It's experience. It's got to be an experience.
There's certain movies like I didn't see it, but I'm pretty sure that the new Godzilla movie that came out recently, the past few years,
Oh, yeah.
that's probably like a must see on the big screen. I can't see watching
probably that and maybe the
like
King Kong movie that just came
the
out.
Kong movie. There's a few others, but
unfortunately, I had no interest in either of those.
Yeah, neither did I. Apparently, they're spinning that into a whole universe.
Right? Yeah. I guess there was a teaser at the end that had like either Godzilla drawings in a cave or Mothra drawings in a cave or something like that.
Which makes no sense because isn't Godzilla way? I know they did the old movie, but Godzilla is so much fucking bigger than King Kong. It's not even fair.
I don't know. I don't know how much bigger he is, like in this new monster. I'm sure they're going to even it out or something like that.
Yeah, they're gonna make it. They're gonna have to do something silly. But if you think about it, Godzilla was as tall as buildings.
Right? Yeah.
Kong climbed
Kong
the
was
entire.
big as mountains.
Technically, those were Japanese buildings.
Made for very, very
So each
small
floor
people.
was at least 3 feet shorter than an American building.
Exactly.
So Godzilla was as tall as buildings, we'll say, any type of building. And Kong climbed the Empire State Building. You know what I mean? And like was on top of it swatting planes. Like,
Yeah,
it
but I
just
mean, in
doesn't-
all fairness, the Empire State Building is a really big building.
Yeah, but it's Japan. They have tall buildings too. You got skyscrapers.
Not
Tokyo.
as big as the Empire State
I'm
Building.
sure they do.
Next trailer, Spider-Man: Homecoming. This is the second trailer for Spider-Man: Homecoming, and although it's still a good movie, I definitely want to see it. Looks like it's going to be the best Spider-Man movie done thus far. This trailer showed too damn much.
It definitely did. I'm super excited for Spider-Man, but after this movie, I feel like I watched half the movie already.
You mean, yeah, after this trailer, yeah.
After the trailer, yeah.
What is up with the obsession with Spider-Man and directors having him in the Jesus pose, pulling two things or stopping two things? Like, remember when he did the train?
Yeah.
He's done this. This has got to be the third time this has happened.
It's at least the second time, yeah, because Tobey Maguire did it. I didn't see the two with the other guy.
Pretty
did
sure
he
it
do
happened.
that?
Pretty sure it fucking happened. Oh, they had him hanging like that or stopping something, you know? And then they have him doing this with some sort of ferry or boat or something like that.
Yeah, like it
It's
gets
just
ripped.
imagery to toy with your emotions, Roy. You'll see Spider-Man as a deity.
Yeah, but he really the pulling together with his arms outspread.
Yeah, he's not that strong. So,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, it doesn't work.
like, Spider-Man can probably lift a car and throw it, but he'll be tired after that.
He's not Superman.
Right, exactly. He has, like, he doesn't have super strength. He's got enhanced strength.
Yeah. I would say, insect strength. I mean, for their size, an ant is...
Well, I mean, think about it. A car's like 2,000-3,000 pounds.
Yeah.
I can't lift that. Spider-Man can lift that. But, Luke Cage, for instance, will have no problem with 2,000 or 3,000 pounds.
Really?
Hulk,
He can pick up a car?
yeah.
Oh.
Like, in the comics anyways, the Hulk can pick up a fucking building.
Yeah.
And not break a sweat. So, I mean, it's all relative, but... I feel this is the movies are.
What do you mean? Did I just hear Roy say the Hulk can pick up a car like
No,
it's a question
no, I
mark?
said-
He literally crammed 2 cars on both fists and then just started punching people with it.
You're mistaken, sir. I asked if Luke Cage could pick up a car.
Luke
So, yeah,
Cage.
go fuck yourself. I
Okay.
know my shit. I know the Hulk can pick up things.
I was gonna say, like, what? What did I just hear?
And he didn't pick... Was it cars or was it motorcycles that he picked up and did that?
The Hulk?
Yeah.
I think it was 2 cars.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to remember the... was it the Incredible...
It was the 2008 one. Yeah, with Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this Spider-Man trailer, it looks cool. Just, reveals way too much. I'm like, okay, I didn't want to see half this.
Yeah.
I would have been happy with just that first trailer because it gets you excited. Yeah,
You could have ended on the ship, like when he's doing the Jesus pose, but then all of a sudden they like go 2 minutes longer than that. And I'm like, no, I
it's
don't.
like,
No.
okay, Iron Man comes and saves the day. Then Iron Man comes and takes the suit from him.
Right.
So now he's back in his original costume, which we never really saw in Civil War.
Which I like
but-
it because it's kind of more like almost looks like the Scarlet Spider type.
Yeah.
Ben Riley.
Yeah, it's a little reminiscent of that. And that's cool and all. But I would have liked to have been surprised in the movie by that. It's like, you just gave away such a huge plot point because in the first trailer, people were like, oh, look, he's got the original costume. Maybe it's a flashback to before he got the Stark costume. It's like, nope, Stark took it away. That's why it's actually happening.
And like the way they did it, like in this, where Tony Stark would take away his special suit, it almost makes it an origin like a meta origin, where he's coming up from zero again. So yeah, it would have been nice to experience that in the theater while you're watching it, and not in the fucking 2-minute trailer spoiling the goddamn plot of the movie.
That's the problem with fucking modern trailers now. I mean, maybe I was gonna say they show too much, but I guess if you think about it and go back to 80s trailers, they showed a lot too, but it was just very not cohesive.
Yeah, they just showed a lot of like literally 2-second snippets.
Yeah.
In differing orders.
It's like, in the future,
mostly
somebody
people
did
like...
something that did things. Now watch 4 minutes of explosions.
No, they'd have like non, what do you call them? Just like conversations that didn't apply to the plot, where it was just like,
because they didn't want to give away the plot in 80s
in
movies.
space where no one can hear you scream, Jimmy, have you seen my soap? Like, it's just something ridiculous.
No, Janet, I haven't seen the goddamn soap.
One man, like, they don't actually tell you the fucking plots.
I think the problem with that, why they do that now, is probably people want to know what they're going to get into because
the internet.
Because people are dumb.
Yeah.
People nowadays are stupid.
Episode 27. People are dumb.
They need to know exactly what they're gonna go see. They need to know, so they know whether or not they want to spend the $12 or whatever it is.
And you know what the fucking kicker of that is? People want to know what they're gonna be in for, exactly what they're gonna get, exactly what they're gonna see. You still have ignorant, dumb fucking parents bringing kids to like rated R movies that like are just like way above their head, that just should not be. I get yelled at. Liz doesn't yell. I get spoken to in the eyeballs.
Scolded.
I get the eyeballs a lot for showing a lot of movies that my daughter probably shouldn't be watching, but I'm like, I watched these movies when I was a kid. And granted, like,
Event Horizon and shit.
well, I'm not gonna have her watch that one yet, but I want her to watch Jurassic Park. And Liz is like, she's like, I don't know. I'm like, no.
We're getting into my
See,
wheelhouse.
now we need a camera on you with your whatever the fuck you're doing over there.
Now we in my wheelhouse. Jurassic Park is a perfectly acceptable movie.
Well, I know. I'm not gonna.
I saw that when I was 8 years old. How old is your
Exactly.
daughter?
Seven
She
and
will
up is
be
a
8.
Jurassic Park
That
movie.
is absolutely fine. There is just enough blood to make a kid go, ah!
Yeah.
But
No,
not
I've
enough-
had her watch movies that she might not have. She should not have probably seen. But she's seen them. She's fine. She's done.
My kid was more upset at the goat being killed when she saw the leg. Where's the goat? And then the leg falls. Then she was watching Gennaro get eaten by the Rex.
That's because kids don't value human life anymore.
It was all,
Well, see, if your childhood consisted of you growing up with early George Lucas, like Dark Crystal or The Labyrinth, and then you ease them into disturbing imagery with some Spielbergs, like it starts at 7, and then you just work your way up.
I'm getting her primed. She's playing Lego Jurassic World, which is all 4 games right now.
Did she see Jurassic World?
She claims to have seen it, but she said it was at my grandmother's, so I think they were told her to turn around, and she was watching it in the mirror, like in the window, like the reflection.
The whole movie?
Probably.
Why the hell would they have her? That's like some Blair Witch
Because I can
shit.
see my mother going like, "Oh, this movie's too scary. Don't turn around. Don't turn
You
around and
face
watch
and
it."
watch the
But
wall.
as a kid, it's like I did this all the time as a kid. It's like, "Oh, you lost TV. You're grounded." But I'm in the living room. Well, turn around. You're not allowed to watch TV. It's like, all right, I'm just gonna watch the window and watch it on there.
Yeah, but I don't understand why they'd put on a movie and then just have her turn
You-
around.
That's
and
like
face
child
it.
abuse.
You've met my mother.
I know, but like I said, that's some Blair Witch style. Like you have to stare at the wall.
No, it's
until-
not stare
Nope,
at the
that's
wall.
old
She
Cuban
probably,
child
until your
abuse.
mother's done
That's what that
killing
is.
one child.
No, it's probably it's like here's a coloring book or something, like something to entertain her. But this kid is too fucking. I was gonna say clever. She's not. She thinks she's clever, but for her own fucking good.
Dude, you just low key roasted your own kid.
You know what I mean? You know how fucking kids, they think the most clever shit on the planet, but you're like, I was there first.
Oh, yeah. That's because we're dumb little shits too. We're just dumb little shits that know better now.
Yeah.
You know?
Look at us now. Now we sit in the basement and swear and talk a lot.
I know, every time I go over to like Akota's computer, she gets like kind of antsy, and I'm like, "What are you antsy for? What's the matter?"
I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with girls and porn on the internet. I mean, I know they look at it. I can only speak for myself. That I'll never forget that time that my dad came in my room that one morning, sat down, and said, "Yeah, I was going through the history, and damn, you need to calm down because that shit's gonna fuck you up." And then he left.
Yeah, I remember getting caught with LimeWire and Kazaa. I didn't know that you could go down into one of the tabs and like delete then scroll down the names of the things that you had and then deleted, so you could like access them to re-download them quickly if you wanted to. I didn't know I could do that, so yeah, there was a lot of shit that was in there.
It's part of growing up, the trial and error of hiding your porn on the internet.
Now, if you ever want to know what really is going on, Aaron, take that computer when she's not looking and just go into the other room and just shut the door. Watch how fast she kicks that fucking door down. She will vault over that wall.
The problem with it is she's running. I've become my mother. I don't know how to use fucking computers anymore. I'm like, what are all these fucking blue squares? I don't understand what's going on.
Oh, on a Windows?
It's that new
Yeah.
Microsoft 10.
Yeah, fuck Windows.
Yeah, it's awful.
So I don't even know how to check shit anymore. I just go near a program and I'm like, it's to gauge her reaction.
I'm excited for Spider-Man.
Superman.
Super Spider-Man.
I'm definitely excited for it, and that's definitely on my to watch list when it comes out.
One thing I've never been excited about, and I've never liked that really turns me off when I saw it, is that webbing, the gliding webbing. Don't know why I hate that so much.
Oh, under his armpits?
Yeah, like aesthetically, I don't think.
I've always thought it was weird as a kid too, because it's like, in my mind, I'm always like, he's got like stinky armpits or something. He's got spider webs.
Yeah,
that's like what always. And then I think like, what was it? Todd McFarlane? There was somebody in the early '90s took like the webbing under the arms and essentially made it into a fucking cape almost. Do you remember that?
No,
I don't remember. It was short. It was a short time. I don't know if it was Todd McFarlane or someone else, but instead of being like one neat little spider web thing, it was all tattered and shit, and it was super long. Whoever that artist was.
I thought that was Spider-Man 2000.
No,
2199.
His was like red, and and it was like a legit cape. I'm talking about regular Spider-Man. They were like diesel pit webs.
See, the thing that I like. Wow. See, the thing that's really cool is that Spider-Man cannot fly. Now, when you can glide, kind of takes away the whole like oomph of all the.
Well, you also have to remember that it's
he's known as the web slinger, not the slow glider.
You also have to remember that it's a suit by Tony Stark. So who knows? I'm sure we're gonna the little fucking spider that comes out of his chest. That like I'm sure.
Yeah, but that was cool because he touched it and like.
Yeah, but who's to say he doesn't have like little repulsor lifts or something in his fucking suit because it's a Tony Stark suit?
Well, see, that's funny because that also takes me back to Batman Beyond, Terry McGinnis's Batman. I always hated the stupid rocket booster things that were in his boots. I always
see. I didn't mind that. I thought that was cool because like this is the future. Of course, Batman has to actually fly.
I don't know. I just hated the fact that he had rocket boosting boots. Like, it just doesn't.
I hated the fact that his boots had like high heels. That was my only complaint with his boots. I'm like, that's just not practical. Girl, them heels.
A guy dressed in black leather with a cowl.
How do you know it's leather?
I don't know. Batman always looks like he's dressed in leather, doesn't he?
That I didn't get the impression that Batman Beyond suit was leather.
Not Batman Beyond, but regular. Batman. He's a weirdo.
Well, yeah, Michael Keaton Batman was fucking full on leather. Like he was a fucking leather factory. he was a fucking Judas Priest video.
Just never worked for me. I don't know. I don't like boots with rockets in them.
I don't like boots. You hate boots.
Oh, boots. Where are they?
Where are all the boots at? You are a creepy cat gent. I'm actually using your proper word. Look at you. That fucking thing is just sitting staring at you and you're like,
He doesn't love you. It's plotting to kill you and eat you, or at least eat you when you die.
Or
really
I'm a
is.
fucking supervillain, all right? And I will tell you my secret plan.
with your fat, flabby cat.
Fupa kitty.
That's because I
You want to talk
feed
about
her all the
Spider-Man
people.
gliding? Because you throw that cat, it's gonna be like a flying squirrel. Before it hits the ground, its fat flap is gonna like. This is gonna glide slowly down to the ground.
I bet you could probably light a candle under it and grab each leg and kind of tie them together and make a little hot air balloon. just carry you to safety.
Aaron, you saw Ghosts in the Shell.
I did.
Quickly, what'd you think?
Oh, quickly,
Yeah, quickly.
if you want the plot. So, in the near future, Major Motoko Kusanagi is the first of her kind, a human saved from a terrible terrorist attack, who is cyber-enhanced to be a perfect soldier, devoted to stopping the world's most dangerous criminals. When terrorism reaches a new level that includes the ability to hack into people's minds and control them, Major Kusanagi is uniquely qualified to stop it. As she prepares to face a new enemy, Major Kusanagi discovers that she has been lied to. Her life was not saved, it was stolen, like in the trailer.
Bum, bum, bum.
You fake news.
She will stop at nothing to recover her past, find out who did this to her, and stop them before they do it to others. Based on the international acclaimed Japanese manga Ghost in the Shell.
Next time on Dragon Ball Z.
Dun, 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 dun.
So, you've seen the anime, you now watch the live-action movie.
I did more than that. So this goes down as like one of my childhood mangas. Like this is
Because it was one of the first animes that you saw boobies in, right?
Well, it was that, and like the animation was fucking gorgeous. Like the actual scenes and just like the rain coming down was gorgeous. The backgrounds were insane.
For its
But then
time,
there's,
it
like-
definitely was beautifully animated.
I was gonna say, does it
Yeah,
hold up?
absolutely. And then there was like that scene where they capture the robot and the one that got hit by the car, so she's completely naked. But then they boot her up and she's like, she's like the boobs, and I was like, yes, anime is amazing.
To answer your question really quickly, Roy, I think it still does hold up because it was one of the more seriously drawn animes. The same way that Akira holds up anime style.
I had like a movie night with the family before going out to see this movie because they had never seen it either. Like me and I think Chris, Courtney's friend's husband, he had never. Well, he was the only one else who had seen it, or they hadn't seen it since they were in the teens. And we had to watch the dub, and that's kind of the only way I remember Ghost in the Shell is through the dub, and I found out that I have a catchphrase that I use on the daily, or at least throughout my life, that came from that movie. You know how like when you see an old movie and you hear a catchphrase, you're like, hey, I say that. That's where I got that from. This one is, you don't even remember your own name, you stupid dickhead.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
Neither have
Well,
I don't know.
I've
man.
Is
said
it a
it to you guys a
catchphrase
bunch.
of the two people that see you and talk to you on the daily don't even fucking remember you ever saying that?
Maybe I just do it behind your back. I don't know, but I say it. I've definitely said it. So we watched the movie, and that it doesn't. I don't know. I wouldn't say it doesn't hold up. It's one of those movies where if you're watching the English dub, a lot of stuff is told to you. You have to like really listen to everything that's said to
Yeah.
get the entire plot.
That's why I don't even bother with English dubs of anime anymore. It's got to be straight Japanese subtitled or nothing, because I've just been so jaded by the fucking English dubs of things that it's like, nah, fuck you.
Yeah, it was wicked frustrating too because like when the heater kicks on, it sounds like you're driving in a car. So normally people are also talking, so we put on the subtitles. Only the subtitles were set to the Japanese, the Japanese audio. So the English subtitles are completely different from what's actually being said on the English dub, and you can't change it so that they correspond.
Huh, weird.
There's no
Very.
English subtitles for that?
There is, but they're from the Japanese translation,
yeah, okay.
not from the English dub.
It's fucking weird.
So,
How was the new one then?
So the next day we went to go see Ghost in the Shell in IMAX, and I have to say this is probably one of the best adaptations I've ever seen of anything adapted from a manga, anime, or video game.
It looked like it was pretty faithful from everything I saw in the trailers.
It's not. So they released 2 minutes of the intro online, where it was the scene where she's being created, and they added the old music with like no, it's like, no. They don't do that in the actual movie. It's more of a subtler kind of version of that song, so it's mostly instrumental with like a little bit of harmony in the background going. Ah. So you can definitely tell it was more homage than complete ripoff. And what they do is, I guess they compile all the movies and the show into one cohesive story, and then where they can fit in the scenes from the anime, they do it flawlessly.
Interesting.
And what they do in this movie that Beauty and the Beast failed to do in their adaptation of an animated thing was they made it their own. They made you invest in the character, which was nice because you're like, oh, okay, like I can connect with her and I can see where she's coming from, so on and so forth. And they completely succeeded. Like, I want more of this movie. I want more of this fucking movie. I want more movies of this kind because the world that they created gives Blade Runner a Blade run for its money.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
How fucking what third-rate hack website did you pick that line up from?
I used it before. Anyway.
All right, so how many it's going to be out. It'll be its second weekend. This will come out after its second weekend. It bombed at the box office, came out number 3, making 18 million. But I know this is clearly going to be a cult classic, clearly. But how many fucks would you give it?
I would give it 9 fucks.
9.
Eight or 9 fucks. I'd say 8 or 9.
Whoa!
Fucks.
I mean, that's a hefty bucket of fucks.
Yeah, but
I will say, well, let me get into it because they definitely cared. They definitely cared enough to create and establish this world visually, and there's no other like it. It is fantastic. From the set pieces, the world, the special effects in general with the characters, mind blowing. They get a fucking bucket of fucks for that. And when they actually recreate the scenes from the original anime, it's flawless. It fits into the story, so it makes sense. It's visually, like, again, amazing. And they add little things like detail into the scenes that you can do with video that you couldn't have done with animation. The only point that it drops the ball is in an overall narrative. The scenes do get a bit jumpy. It jumps around a lot, and it's hard to follow if you're not really paying attention. This is definitely a movie you have to go in and pay attention to.
Probably another reason why it didn't do well.
Yeah, I mean that it's not enough to kill the movie, but you definitely have to, it's definitely cult classic kind of following for sure.
Question.
Yo.
Is this the kind of movie that somebody... I've never seen any kind of Ghost in the Shell or anything, of the...
Of its ilk.
Yeah, of any of the series. I guess my question would be, is this a 9 out of 10 because... Do you think you have any sort of... I guess I'll just use the phrase that we were going to use for another topic afterwards. Nostalgia glasses of any kind? Like,
spoilers.
If you're looking at this and the reason it has such an impact is because it was something from your childhood, or is this something that I'm going to watch who, like I said, have no previous exposure to Ghost in the Shell, and will I enjoy it as much? Is it just that good of a film?
Well, to give you the context, I guess, well, definitely it's nostalgia factor, but I give it that high because I can definitely tell that they cared enough. For example, because the Silent Hill, the first movie, was like visually amazing. You can definitely see that they cared about the source material, and then it just kind of falls apart.
Yeah,
near the end.
Yeah, the filmography on that one was great, but the story, they just took a shit on it. So
yeah, they don't shit on the story, but it definitely kind of falls apart in the third act where... So the anime dealt with a program becoming sentient in the ocean of the internet. Basically, the birth of Skynet, essentially. That was the
which was like remarkable at the time because the internet was like like in its infancy.
Probably still called the DARPA net at that point.
And what it was doing, it was puppeting people who had augmentations in their brain that were hooked up to the internet. It would jump in you, create a false reality, and get in like mind control you to do something. If you find out later that another area of the government, Section 6, created this program for espionage, like to fuck with diplomats
Just
and get what
giving
they
away
wanted
the whole
politically.
movie to everybody, man.
This is the anime. This has nothing to do with the actual movie itself. And that's my only nitpick for the actual movie, is that they took away that whole artificial intelligence birthed on the interwebs and merged that with, I guess, a different plot from somewhere else in the Ghost in the Shell lore, where it was, I won't spoil
The
that,
three
but
seasons are on Netflix if you want to go check them out. Yeah, not the
cool.
original movie, but
Now,
the
to watch the series, do I need to see the movie first?
no,
Okay.
not from my. I only remember. I don't remember what season I saw, but it definitely was its own story.
Okay.
It just had the same characters.
I'll check it out.
Like they're just essentially they're just investigating a different crime. Walking Dead. Walking Dead. The season ended just this past Sunday. I have not seen this season yet. You guys want to give us a quick little synopsis?
You want a synopsis, or you just want our views on it?
What happened and what do you think? You guys are at odds with the majority of people watching this season. Most of the things I have not seen this season. I'll watch it when it comes on Netflix and just binge the season. I don't watch it live as it comes on, so I can't speak to it. But you guys have liked this season a lot. I would dare say you say it's the best season of The Walking Dead thus far.
No, well,
Or at least it was the first half of season 7.
Not better than the first season. Got to get that in perspective. It's the best.
I don't even count the first season because 3 good episodes does not constitute a season.
You'd say in the first season you only like 3 episodes out of that?
Yeah, because it was 3 episodes, then they went to the CDC and it started to suck.
They got to the CDC in like the 8th episode.
Are you sure?
I'm sorry. You know what? The first season was only 6 episodes.
Was it 6? I thought it was like 4. But either way, it was a very short first season, and it was good. It was very good. And then the show took a digger right into a pile of shit, and it's been digging its way out ever since.
Well, they definitely dug their way out this season, no matter what.
I definitely think so, 100%.
But you have been, like I said, you've been at odds with critics and the rest of the American viewership, but that have been complaining at nauseum about this season.
If you go to any site, for instance, IO9, right? Go to IO9 or Kotaku, any site that's going to have this kind of stuff. Look at the comment section, and you will see most people hate on these episodes. They'll say, "Oh, this episode sucks. Nothing happened. I sure miss when zombies were actually, when the show was about zombies." Like, they don't understand. They don't know what makes The Walking Dead The Walking Dead.
Right. Let's just say you haven't seen This Walking Dead in such a long time that all the people are pissing and moaning because it's actually getting to where we've wanted to see it be.
Right. They're actually following the drama of the comics as far as the human interaction goes, and that's why people can't stand it. It's just fat, Dorito, Cheeto-fingered, sloppy, American fucking fat idiots that just want to sit on the couch and let their kids watch it and complain when somebody gets hit with a bat, and they bring me more tea. I want to see more zombies. That's all it is.
Tell us how you really feel, Roy.
No, just fuck those people.
No. I'm right with you. I completely agree. I completely agree.
They're ruining.
People miss the point of the fucking show.
They missed the point of the comics, and that's where the show, like you said, took diggers. When they put too much. The zombies, as we've always said, are supposed to be, yes, a threat in the beginning because they're new. Nobody knows how to deal with them. Then they kind of gain defenses. They know how to deal with them. They learn. People learn how to deal with walkers and zombies. Now, to this point, other people you have to worry about, and the zombies are a background threat. Right. They're in the backdrop that will easily fuck you up as soon as you're not paying attention. That's why you always have to be on your guard. They're like that baseline of tension that it doesn't really drop because anything could happen at any point. And then the people are like these spikes in tension. You know what I mean?
Right.
People don't seem to fucking understand that. And
No.
it irritates the shit out of me because it really is just idiots.
That's what always bothered me about The Talking Dead. First of all, I won't say that you don't necessarily need a show talking about a show. The concept itself is cool because it's kind of what we do.
Right.
But what I hated was the zombie kill of the week. How they would just, I always felt that took away from the show. I mean, talking about the episode, talking to the actors, talking to the people who made it, the behind the scenes stuff was all good. But then just, I feel like the zombie kill of the week, that encouraged the show to spend, but almost every episode has that one fucking zombie in it.
The one standout that's like, has like, it's
extra gross.
Yeah.
It's like you just put $10,000 extra for this one zombie that the camera's on for half a second. That money could have been spent on anything else to improve the fucking show.
Now they've actually changed that. They've revamped it in the past few seasons on The Talking Dead to where it's deaths of the week or something like that, where they just show you everybody who's died that episode,
including zombies though. Still, right?
Zombies,
yeah.
People, everything. But it's not just like zombie kill of the week. So I know exactly what you're saying because I remember that. But now they just show everybody who gets killed. So I don't think the creators really, or the directors or whatever, really feel that as much pressure to do that.
I don't know. I mean, as of season 6, I still saw. I'm like, that's this week's zombie we're supposed to pay attention to.
They still have it, but it's not quite as prevalent.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just people, just idiots, are fucking it up. That's what it is. And I really want them to stay on track with this. Everybody's complaining. And honestly, this episode as a season finale, it might have not have. I'm so torn because me and Aaron have talked about this before in the group chat where it's a great episode. It's really good. But it's not a great finale, which I'm fine with. I'm totally fine with, because not every finale has to be this.
It has to end in a cliffhanger.
Or not just a cliffhanger, but not every finale has to be the best episode of the season. Like I feel like that's what you expect.
Well, I mean, look at Game of Thrones.
Yeah, they do it.
Their finale is the episode before, essentially.
Well, that's a little bit, yeah, I know. But the reason they do the finale is the episode after is like everybody
is setting up the next season.
Well, not only that, but it's everybody collectively like trying to tuck their assholes back.
Yeah. Ooh, I dropped that. I gotta shove that back up in there.
Yeah, I will say, like, once, like, if we actually, like, it goes back to The Walking Dead playing the long game again and the Netflix mentality of telling a good story, because once this season comes out on DVD, which I will definitely buy this season on DVD, because I've heard that they actually do the alternate scenes with the swearing and stuff like that Negan's supposed to do, and that
because it was that good this season.
Yeah,
wow.
And that's like that. That's how far it's come. It made me look forward to Sunday and seeing the new episode. But also, when the next season comes out next year, which is hopefully the completion of Negan's arc, as a whole, you won't even think about, oh, this wasn't even a finale that was a season finale, because it'll just go as an overarching 2-season arc, and it won't be as prevalent.
This
like,
is
oh, that was
essentially
terrible.
The mid-season pause.
It'll start back up around Halloween or so.
No. I mean episode feel format wise.
Yes.
This is the mid-season pause, where it's like, we're not done. There's more of this story to tell. You just have to wait till fucking Halloween.
And they couldn't.
Yeah.
All right. The way this episode works is, Negan has a feeling that something's going on.
He's hooked on a feeling.
So Sasha was captured. So she tried. Her and Rosita went on like a death mission to kill Negan. Failed. Sasha got captured. Now Negan is basically taking Sasha and Eugene, who's also who kind of traded sides. To
Eugene, you son of a bitch.
He did it under duress, but now he is like willing. You know what I mean? He's been turned. So Rick is like, Rick must have sent you. Negan's like, Rick must have sent you to kill me or something like that. So he's going to take Sasha and use her as a pawn against Rick to get him to stand down and this and that. Punishment, as you would. Sasha takes poison on the way there, turns into a walker. They actually kind of do this weird, I don't know why.
Spoilers! Goddamn!
Dude, fuck you. Yeah, I'm not going to give you a spoiler warning. You know what
You're not getting, not for me.
They know.
Not for me.
As soon as we
for all the people that you just ruined this show for.
At the end of the show, we'll tell you where to send your hate mail and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
It's all good.
To Roy at modernretrocast.com.
Yep, that's
or
right.
should I say www.roy.
http://
I'm going to say www.roy.eatmynuts.com. So this is really a send-off for Sasha, because she does die of her own choice. She takes poison that was provided by Eugene, and her plan is, I can't let any of my friends die. I have to try to kill Negan in any way possible. If I turn into a walker, he'll open this container, I'll come out, bite him. She'll be dead by that point, but it won't matter. Then basically that's exactly what happens, you know. The garbage people, there's a big betrayal. The garbage people betray Rick and this and that. And then at some point, all out fucking gunfights ensue. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool. Hilltop and, what's the other one? Hilltop and
Ocean.
No, the Kingdom.
Oh, the Kingdom.
Ride in and save the day at the last minute and drive Negan off. That's kind of a really, really quick, shitty synopsis. I personally feel, and I want your take on this, Aaron, I've been waiting all fucking week, is I think this episode had the best Negan yet. I love the lines. He encapsulated everything that was Negan in the comic book, just without the word fuck. You know, everything from when he told Sasha, he looked at Sasha and she just was like dead nuts, just fucking serious. He looked at her, he said, "Oh, you've got me wrapped around your little finger." And I'll tell you what, this isn't a male or a female thing. If you had a dick, my feelings would be just the same. And like he even says, he's like, "Oh, today's going to be the biggest day of, the first day of the beginning of your life." And he tells her what he's going to have her do and that he's going to have to kill people like that were her friends. And he says it, and it's like very macabre. Like, and then he pulls off this cover of a tray that like a breakfast tray he had, and it was a pancake with like a smiley face with blueberries and shit. Like I was like, wow, when the fuck did The Walking Dead turn into a comedy? Everything right up until the point of the end where Negan has his big thing where he's finally going to kill Carl and all. Like, Shiva the tiger comes out and kills one of Negan's guys, and just says, "There's a goddamn tiger!" And then he sees Maggie, and he's like Negan's
Sure, I don't
mind-
think he ever sees the tiger in the comics.
Right. Negan's mind is like completely fucking blown. He's a tiger, and he's like, "They've got a fucking tiger, Simon." Then he sees Maggie. He's like, "Holy shit, the dead widow would come back to life. Guns a fucking blazing. This is some capricious fucking shit." And then they finally get into the armored car and they get chased off and they're getting hammered. Like a bunch of the saviors die. And even to the point they're driving out the armored truck, Negan with the window down, just as they're driving away, has his middle finger out the window as they go. Like it was just perfect Negan all the way
Does he
through.
do that thing?
Yeah, not a lot of wide shots to see him stand like a pansy. It was pretty good.
Yeah, like this. I want a poster of that. All the bullets tinging off this fucking truck as they're driving out, and his middle finger, his arm was just out, like "fuck you."
Does he do that thing from the comic where he tells the people in Alexandria to throw Carl over the wall, and then he continues talking to Rick and goes, "Jesus fucking Christ, they're really not going to throw that kid over the wall, are they?"
No, because they take some different steps away from the comic, but it all works. I do have some. Aaron, do you want to give your ideas on Negan first before we get into?
Oh no, you pretty much summed him up pretty good.
Oh, good, nice.
Good job, Bro.
The only thing I did. All right, so do you know about the garbage people? They call them the heapsters, like the hipsters, because they look like a German goth, like modern band.
Nope.
All right. There's these people that live in a dump, basically, that Rick and his crews have kind of allied themselves with, and they gave them guns so they would help them fight Negan. They betrayed Rick's group, and they sided with Negan instead. And it was a really good twist, but they telegraphed it too hard. Like they had it was really obvious. They had one woman who just looked really skeezy, like looking around real sneakily, and then they had an interaction with one of the broads in Michonne who was like, "Oh, we win. When we win. When we wasn't carried off very well. A little too obvious." Aaron, your thoughts?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sorry, jump in at any time, man.
So
Sorry.
this season, you're saying was better than what the critics and people are complaining about.
100%.
And you are
without a doubt.
So next season, if you watch the comics, this is going to be all out war. At least the first half of this, because they do the half a season type of bullshit.
Negan's last line, he's at the sanctuary, and he's got all the saviors, and he's got Lucy. He walks out, and he just says, "Saviors, we are going to war." Like, those are his last lines. And that's where I think it should have ended, where the episode kind of took a small turn, where it kind of got slow. Like, they incorporated Glenn, who died in the premiere.
What, the fucking ghost of Glenn?
No, it was Maggie, because Sasha and Maggie were close friends at this point. And it was kind of, they did this thing where they kind of interjected Sasha's point of view and like a dream that she had her last moments.
I hate it when they get fucking artsy in this show.
But it wasn't bad. It wasn't like when Tyrese died. Remember how like they played
that
that
was
off?
bullshit.
It wasn't that. They did it very well. It was tasteful. And I am glad because, you know, in the big gunfight, they kind of lost track of where Sasha was. So she's just around, they're searching for her in the woods. Like, she's all walkified and whatnot. And they did a very tasteful, like, they didn't show, remember when they did Herschel and how they showed, like, I think his zombified head getting stabbed by the sword? I think it was Michonne. They showed it. Yeah. They didn't do that with Sasha, which was nice.
Well, but I mean, that's because Herschel's death was Tyrese's comic book death. And that's what Michonne did to Tyrese in the comic. She found his head in the field and she stabbed it. That was the final end of Tyrese. So that's what they did for Herschel.
Yeah, but with Herschel, who was such a dignified character back then, like, he was the kind of, you know, he was the old man of the series, I felt like it wasn't very fitting to him, you know? But they did it, they didn't show her getting the knife in the head, you know? Like, the way they did it was very, very good with the voiceover and everything.
Well, I definitely have been looking forward to seeing this season based on what you guys have said. And then based that I've finally caught up with the comic. I've finished Compendium 3, so I'm now very far ahead of where they are. Yeah. So I'm excited to see what they do.
But you've got to remember, though, try not to judge it against the comic as much. I know you have a hard time.
I try.
It carries on its own, though.
Well, like I said, I like how in season 6, I like how the show got what the show saviors did. Like cornering Rick in his group by blocking off all the ways to the hilltop. Mm-hmm. I thought that was much cooler than the way it's done in the comic.
That's what I feel like a lot of this season has. Remember way back when we used the words, me and Aaron together, we're like ratcheting up that tension. You can see people like slowly lose it. That's what this whole season is. You know?
And that I'm trying not to criticize not having seen it. So I'm trying to hold my tongue on Sasha. I'm sad to hear. I knew she was dead because I saw a spoiler before I heard it from you guys, but I'm just like, fuck, you know, she is. I'm tired of Daryl. I'm tired of Carol. Sasha, I actually really liked. Like, surviving original character, like, you know, non-comic book character, that they've done good stuff with. I don't even remember her fucking name. The sister of the governor's girlfriend.
Oh, Christ.
I don't even remember her fucking name.
The lesbian?
I'm like, yeah, I'm like, why is she still alive? She's not an interesting character. There's just nothing. Tara. Yeah. That's, yeah. I'm like, why is she alive?
Because she's the happy-go-lucky, hopeful one.
Yeah. But in Robert Kirkman's
had a good
world,
episode this season, too, that kind of got you invested.
They die.
She has, Aaron just said, I know you probably couldn't hear it over you, but she does have a good bit of an arc in this. You know what I mean? Like, she is the linchpin in this whole. If it wasn't for Tara and what she went through in a couple episodes this season, this whole battle that just happened would never take place.
Right. No, I mean, I've sort of kept up on it by reading about it, but I mean, she character-wise, notwithstanding what she has contributed thus far, she's just not been an interesting character.
Well, she's a C character. You have A characters, which we know, you've got.
But I don't. My point is, I don't like the untouchable characters.
Yeah,
I'm getting very, very sick of them. So I'm sad that they got rid of Sasha, but I'm also happy that they got rid of Sasha. I'll be happier when they get rid of fucking Daryl. Now, I'm not saying that because I don't like Daryl. I like Daryl, but he's just too unfucking realistic. It's just getting too ridiculous. I don't like the fact
they really did kind of they fucked them. He had a good arc in this season too, where they fucked them up good.
I just don't like the fact that we as the audience know there's like 5 characters that are safe no matter what.
Yeah, but that's,
Well, like I said
no
to you,
matter
like
what.
at the beginning of this season, we were all convinced that they weren't going to kill Glenn, that they were going to pussy out, and they weren't going to kill him at all the way they were supposed to do it. And they did, and then killed someone else, and got you up to speed of where you need to be. So this season definitely has turned the show around full fucking 180. Like, nope, this is the direction we need to go. And those people who are complaining can go fuck themselves, because
you know what?
this season is 100%,
There are
100%
more people
the best season.
complaining about this season than aren't complaining. So I fully see them going back in reverse for next season. Because this is a show that is very, very, very much afraid of negative things being said about it.
I don't think that's true, what you just said.
No, absolutely.
Absolutely. Because they said that they were going to tone it down for the second half of the season. Remember that whole big thing where they're like, all this outcry when Glenn and Abraham got killed?
Yeah, but they can't do that because it's already been filmed.
No, it hasn't. They film it in half seasons.
No,
They don't film it all one way straight through.
Right, but by the time when they said they were going to tone it down, they probably meant in editing because it was filmed. At least half that second half of the season was already filmed.
Well, even if they toned it down using editing, it still was damn good the second half of the season.
Yeah, I don't know. I just again,
I totally know what
season
you're saying.
6 was getting better for me. Like you guys said, I'm eager to see in season 7, but this show still has not won me back. I still view this show with such skepticism. So
I think you're the kind of person that will pretty much no matter what, because it's never going to live up to the standards of the comic, because it can't, because it's a TV show.
I just gave it credit, man.
I know, but you're saying that it still doesn't have me
because
back.
I was jaded for 5 fucking seasons.
I don't know, man.
This will reinvest you, Cuba.
Yeah.
You'll get
I
on
hope
board.
so. I hope so. I hope I'm wrong. I hope you're right, because
I want Negan to reach inside your panties and grab you by the short and curlies. Just
you know what? That's fine. As long as he gave me like some sort of delicious meal or something, he can do whatever he wants. If it's going to bring me back into the show, I want to like the show. That's the thing. I don't want to dislike the show. I want to like the show. I love the comic. I want to like the show. I want to love the show, but I know that's never going to happen.
I know what you're saying. Even after 5 years of shit, the sweetest candy still tastes a bit like shit. I totally know what you're saying. Even this next season might not fully get you back, because it is great, in my opinion, and seems to be in Aaron's. It isn't perfect. So you're probably still going to be a little... I'm hoping by the next season that comes out.
Right, by season 8, maybe it had won me over, but we'll see. This has been episode 27, ladies and gentlemen, of Modern Retro. We are going to end this one here. You can check us out on our website, modernretrocast.com.
www.
You can send emails, anything, any questions, comments, complaints. Well, complaints can go to Roy at his fake email at theroy.suckmynuts.gov
/dickslinger.
But any other email you can send to us at modernretrocast@gmail.com. We got the Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and we are on iTunes. We very much encourage you to leave a rating, a star rating, and a review on that.
Don't forget to go to YouTube. We got a bunch of new videos up, and we just tested out posting the full episode of last week's episode on YouTube. So if you want to see video of Cuba and I talking, check that out. But yeah, head there, and there's going to be some new videos as well with interviews from all of us, so you can get to know us.
Because we're fun guys.
I really want to make a email now that says Roy the Dick Slinger at gmail.com.
Go right ahead.
I think I should.
Go right ahead. I will link that email to your bio on the website if you want it.
Oh, that's grand. That's grand.
And like I said, this episode is going to come out right before our trip to Celebration, so keep checking our Facebook pages. We are going to have updates. We're going to have pictures. We're going to try some Facebook Live things, and check out our Instagram. It's Modern Retro Podcast on Instagram, and we are just gonna social media the fuck out of Star Wars Celebration. So we're gonna have a good time, and we hope you're gonna live vicariously through us.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening, guys. This has been episode 27.
See you later.
Stop picking on me because I'm a geek. I'm strange to you. You're strange to me. Well, one of these days I'm gonna pack heat. Your brains on the wall. My face on TV.
They dissipate the pungent odor of a power holder. Sand kickers coming 60 clicks upon the sonar. They're gonna fold me over like a trapper keeper folder. If this is D&D, you'd see me jump into a portal. I'm a geek. Spell G-double-E-K. I beat my boys in the basement about every day. A card table, comic books, and cans of coke. Got that we blood of our nose after a Star Wars joke. We got style. Tape on our glasses, zits on our faces, and hair on our asses. Shiny shoes, belt buckles, and pocket protectors. Tricked out backpacks like my main man Backwards. We got problems. Name me the jocks. The SUV suckers with questions and their cocks. Otherwise known as the motherfuckers touching the tit. If I was Wolverine, you'd hear my knuckles go snick. I'm not perfect. The before picture Peter Parker always trip and drop my tray in front of the girl that always sparkles. I got brains. Fuck B's and C's. I got a grade point average higher than Henderson New Year's Eve.
Take it on me because I'm a geek. I'm strange to you. You're strange to me. Well, one of these days I'm gonna pack heat. Your brains on the wall. My face on TV.
Don't fuck with the geek. Just cause he got a gift, you get my way, bitch, you get a Vulcan egg pinch. One night I didn't go to sleep, up playing Risk. At dawn, I won, got global dominance. But in the hallway, it's completely different shit. Can't get my locker open and my pants are always split. Can't seem to catch a ride, can't ever get a date. But in my mind, 7 and 9 things are great. Prom night bikes, prima donnas prevail. I'm a home reciting lines from the Holy Grail. Stuffed nose, and some swollen glands. Never been kissed, never been holding hands. Just bust my biscuits over Britney in a bubble bath. Darth Vader within haters, case my lungs collapse. The dragon died from a heart attack. You may advance in your